going on, everybody? Sip checking in and welcome back to another Raptors video. Everyone, we need to have a major discussion today because recently we were informed by the Toronto Stars team that Scottie Barnes, aka a franchise player, is expected to play some center minutes in the upcoming season, whether that be for a couple of games or throughout the whole season. And before anything, shout out to NBA Chef for providing this because I only found out about this whole situation through him. And on top of that, since all of the Raptors fandom is talking about it, whether that be on Twitter, Reddit, or anywhere else you get your Raptors news, you know that I need to also provide my insight. So what do I think about this and whether Scottie Barnes is going to be a good fit at that center position or when he plays that center position in this upcoming season? Well, you need to watch until the very end to know that because it's definitely going to be an interesting one. So without further ado, let's get started. Now right off the bat, when we talk about Scottie Barnes and the fact that he could be playing that center position for a couple of games this upcoming season or throughout the course of this season, I'm actually pretty intrigued to see where this goes because I believe it could help him not only as the franchise player for the Toronto Raptors, but number two, and most importantly number two, it will be a great benefit for him career-wise because right now, when you look at Scottie Barnes' game, number one, he's really good physically wise, which means he loves to do the bully ball and the scrappy work that you expect from a player of him, which means he loves to get in the opponent defense faces and really mess with the head to make them mess up with the ball, which is very important in situations where the game could go either way within a matter of seconds. Number two, he really loves to pass the ball, and I believe this was improved significantly once he became the franchise player for the Toronto Raptors because at that point he believed that if he passes the ball more to his teammates, they'll be able to get more possessions and get their buckets in a much faster pace, which will help the team overall. And number three, he's really improved his three-point shot and is continuing to improve his shot even in this off season. And you've seen it a lot this past season where he would take a lot of contested or different types of three-point shots to improve his game, and in the summertime he's constantly improving on that as well. So I believe that is huge too, being his three-point shot, because for this upcoming season I hope that Scottie Barnes shoots that three as an asset for the Toronto Raptors rather than a liability. But with all that being said, even though he has all that skill with him, the one weakness that he has, or I wouldn't even call it a weakness, but one downside that he has for him is at times, especially in this last season that we had as Raptors fans, Scottie Barnes was playing a little too passive than aggressive. Because while being passive is good in certain extents for the Toronto Raptors, being overly passive is actually bad because when there's a loss for the Toronto Raptors, most of the fans are going to blame Scottie Barnes and the fact that he's passive as the main reason why we lost, even though that may not be the case due to other factors as well. But the fact that Scottie Barnes has been passive instead of aggressive would really frustrate fans and will cause them to question whether he's their true leader for the Toronto Raptors. So with this being said, I believe that having Scottie Barnes play at that center position for a couple of games this upcoming season or throughout the course of the season will actually force Scottie Barnes to tap into that aggressive side of him more often than not, because if you know anything about center basketball, you know that they're constantly playing physical basketball and doing the scrappy work needed to win a game. So that is in tune with what Scottie Barnes' game is like, so I think that he wouldn't have any problem being the center for the Toronto Raptors at times, but it is something that he should slowly be placed into instead of immediately rushed into, because immediately being rushed into being a center will negatively impact his growth in the long run, and it's something that the Toronto Raptors cannot have, especially with this season being a very critical season at that. So yeah, that wraps up my thoughts on Scottie Barnes potentially playing that center position for a couple of games this upcoming season or throughout the course of this upcoming season. And as I said before, I'm actually intrigued to see where it goes. But I'd love to know what you all think about this possible move by the Toronto Raptors as well. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Or do you feel like Scottie Barnes is actually going to be getting a little worse with this type of movement? Let me know in the comments below all of that, and we can discuss everything else in between there too. And if you like this type of video, make sure to give me one of these, smash that subscribe button and hit that bell. And I'll catch you all in the next video where we talk more Raptors basketball, more NBA basketball, or more sports in general. And until then, Sip, signing out.